So, Ola Dada is a Nigerian-born comedian who moved to Canada when he was 6. So he grew up in Canada, and he has a comedy special coming out on Prime Video through Wonder Project. And that comes out on July 2nd, which I think at the time that this video is released it's available, which is awesome. You guys should go watch it. I saw it. It's hilarious. And Wonder is releasing 6 total stand-up specials, so I actually don't know if his is coming first, but regardless, you should watch them. We just had a conversation about comedy and faith, comedy throughout scripture, and he gave some really great advice to aspiring comics. So definitely check that out. And here it is. Well, first of all, I have a very, very important question as the first question. So get ready. On the record, can you confirm that all pigeons are real, or is there still a chance that some of them are robots?
I can confirm all of them are real, to be honest. Maybe there might be some out there that might be robots, but I just think for the mass majority, I think most of them are real. Because at this point, if they were gonna make a surveillance of any sorts, I think they would do a fly. You know what I
A
mean?
fly would
Or
be smarter.
so much smarter, like or an ant, right?
Yeah,
Because they can make those chips so much smaller. You know what I mean? Like, there's just so many
definitely.
ways to spy on you, like your phone. The pigeon one, I had to put my foot down on that one. I'm in for good conspiracy. I'm like, I really don't care. I join any movement when it comes to
Mhm,
conspiracy
mhm.
because why not? I love Marvel movies. Why should I stop there? But
Yeah,
the pigeon one
exactly.
really, really, yeah, that one really bothered me.
They are
Um,
a little suspicious, so I see where you're coming from for sure.
1,000%. Like, I mean, I can understand why people want to create a conspiracy when it comes to pigeons, but like,
Mhm,
just
mhm.
because I don't like them doesn't mean that there's anything suspicious going on with them.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for confirming that for me. Um, so Wonder Project is releasing 6 comedy specials,
Yeah.
including yours, so congrats, it's awesome. How did you come to partner with them, and then why did you ultimately decide to put your special on their platform?
Well, I had a friend that was currently working at with New Metric, and they had had a partnership with them, and they reached out to me to see if I would like to do my special with them. At the time, I was already working on my special, and I was just more focusing on the content as opposed to where they would go. And they reached out, and I loved the message that they had, and I feel like the message I have and the message they had aligned pretty well. Especially in the space of
Mhm,
stand up comedy, they're very family focused and I guess um just light. I like to say. So it was just
mhm.
a very more of my stand-up comedy. Felt like it was a great fit for both of us.
Yeah, definitely. And well, speaking of family-focused comedy, has this always been your focus? And can you tell me, if not, can you tell me a little bit about your journey towards comedy and towards specifically clean or family-focused comedy?
Well, my stand-up has always been family focused, but I mean, in my early, I guess my early starts to stand-up comedy, it wasn't as clean. And you know what? I wasn't talking about anything vulgar. I just might drop the
Mhm.
occasional F bomb
Yeah.
here or there. And for the most parts, you know what? There was like a veteran stand-up that just told me, "Yo, just stop cussing it. Like your stuff's already clean. Just if you took out the F bombs here and there, like you are already a clean comic. It's just we have to put explicit just because you put
Uh-huh.
an F bomb in between a pigeon joke."
It does punctuate it a little bit sometimes, but
It
yeah.
it does. Just a little pizzazz here and there, but
Mhm.
like my stand up didn't need it. I've always
Mhm.
been, I guess, I'm more of an observational stand up. I'm
Mhm.
I like to say a fun weird. I notice things that are very funny that most people wouldn't care about.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. And I noticed in your special you talked about how you are I don't know when the special was filmed, but you talked about how you are a recent Christian. So congrats, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
thank you.
How and my question is, I guess, kind of a greater view of the church and comedy. How do you see comedy like throughout scripture? How does comedy fit into Christianity and the church in your eyes and your experience?
I mean, to be honest, I've never met a pastor that isn't funny. So I think they're one and the same. And I think
Mhm.
there's so much space for funny in when it comes to Christianity and the Bible. And I feel like if I was made in this image and I'm a funny dude. I got it from somewhere. So I think it's in an area that isn't explored um enough, I would say. So I
Mhm.
feel like with Wonder Project, it gives me the opportunity to at least go down that route and see if see the market that is available for, I guess, stand up in the Christian space.
Mhm. Yeah, that's awesome. So what like, speaking of that, how it's not a super explored avenue, in the church, like, what does the future of comedy look like, to you? As a wider view, and then you personally.
You know what? The future holds for me. To be honest, I would love to be able to go through the entire Bible and pick apart all the funny parts and create like a 45 to an hour set of what
Please
I
do
think is
that.
the funniest. I mean, I already started. Like,
Mhm.
I started reading the Bible this year and I wanted to at least get through it for the first time in my entire life.
Mhm.
So there's been so many parts in there that is absolutely hilarious that I just don't think is talked enough. And I just when I talk on stage, because I do think there's a huge difference between what I do as a stand-up comedian and a pastor. And I
Mhm.
just want to make sure when I come in there, I want everybody to know, hey, listen, I'm here focusing on the funny. The scripture's here. And this you're still gonna leave you with some stuff, but I'm here focusing on the funny aspect of the Bible because the Bible is something that, for me was really interesting because as I read it, I realized it's more of a holistic book than I thought because
Mhm.
there was a space in my life. Actually, I forgot to mention this. There was a space in my life where I wasn't sure if it was, I guess, permissible to speak a certain way on stage. Well, like
Mhm.
it's just an art space. And as I was reading the word, I found that there was a passage about speaking vulgar on stage,
Mhm.
telling jokes that hurt a person's feeling. I'm like, man, you guys really didn't miss a beat in this book. You guys had, I'm like, who was thinking like 2,000 years ago? There's going to be some dude named Ola looking for, hey, it's okay to cuss on stage or make mean jokes. It's like, yeah,
Mhm.
don't do that, bro. That's not cool.
Mhm.
But yeah, there's a lot of really funny spots that I'm very excited to explore in my next albums coming up.
Mhm. Do you have a specific, example from the Bible that you read recently?
Oh man, where do I begin? For me, it's just reading just character traits. It's just learning that we haven't changed much. Like especially when is the Israelites left Egypt, and
Mhm.
just considering that just little things that people will do, like, okay, God just parted the ocean and you're in the desert and you're like, we're gonna die. I'm like, brother, the ocean was just separated literally 2 business days ago, and you think
Uh-huh.
he's gonna bring you right here to die. That's hilarious to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And, like he brings food, and then like 3 business days after, or like Moses goes up on the mountain to bring the commandment, he comes back. They're all like just messing around, acting like he didn't just go up. It's like, yeah, this guy must be dead. Let's start making our own gas.
I know.
I'm like, it's been 20 days, dude. Dude,
That's crazy.
just how short-sighted just we are as people. It's just
Mhm.
hilarious to read in the Bible. And just for me, learning that everybody or all the characters that we learn about are so flawed is one of the funniest things to me. Just how angry Moses got. I didn't know Moses had a temper. That's cool to realize.
Mhm.
I felt a little bit more connected to him. Him breaking, he went up a mountain and God scribbled on a tablet. And he figured the best thing to do was to split that tablet in half. That's crazy. The God of the
That's wild.
universe. I'm just gonna rip. I'm just gonna rip this most important thing that I spent 30 days on the mountain to set up. And just for me, it's just so many. I can honestly keep going. So
Yeah.
honestly, sometimes when I have these ideas, sometimes I try and tell people, but I feel like sometimes people don't want to like listen to what I'm saying. So I want to create a market where people are very open to hearing what I have to say.
Mhm.
Um, and just the dynamic between Moses and God and the Israelites in general for me was just the funniest. God, every time something would happen, God was like, listen, I'm done. I'm gonna get rid of all of them. Moses like, please don't do it. What would it look like if you kill the
Uh-huh.
people after you split the ocean? Jesus, I mean, God is essentially doing the hold me back technique.
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
I don't I don't
I've
I
never
don't for
thought
sure.
about it like that.
That's how I
Yeah.
thought. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Moses like, nah, don't do it. I'm gonna do it. No, don't do it. So, that kind of stuff makes me laugh when
Uh-huh.
I think about it that way. Because I mean, I don't know. It's just, and again, I don't know if I can even say this, but I can say it because it's from the Bible. It's just there's so much foreskin talk in the Bible. It
Oh,
is
there's so much.
it's unbelievable. It's like
Yeah.
5 books in. There's been multiple addresses to foreskin, and
Mhm.
it's just so funny to me. Uh, I think one of the funniest one about the foreskin talk is when in the New Testament, I think it was Peter that was there was new converts in, and he was trying to force people to get circumcised.
Yeah.
It was Paul that was like, "Hey man, you don't we don't got to do that anymore. Like you don't like." And Peter
Like,
Peter
chill
essentially
out.
said, "Like chill out, bro." Yeah. Essentially, Peter was like, to me, it was like, "Yo, well, I had to do it, so why don't they got
Mhm.
to do it?"
Exactly,
Paul,
exactly.
Paul,
Oh,
that's not Paul's like, "Yo, bro, that's listen, man, you can't be doing this."
oh,
So
that's
that
so
kind of stuff made
funny.
me laugh, man. So the Bible, I could just keep going on and on, to be honest. But as I read
Yeah.
it, some things I would just read it, and it would just kill me personally.
Yeah. Well, I'm very excited for whenever you do come out with that special because I will be sat and watching. But one last question before I let you go. What advice do you have for aspiring comics?
Aspiring comics. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh. Just keep on trying. Just keep doing it. If one, you need to know what you want out of stand-up comedy. Because if you're just looking to go out there and just, have it as a hobby, that's okay. Because if you wanted to just have it as a hobby, then you can treat it as a hobby. You can do it when you want to do it, whenever you want to do it. But if you want to do it as a career, you have to treat it as such. Because sometimes people have expectations from stand-up comedy and they don't match the actions towards it, because if you want it to be a career, now you have to be doing it night in and night out, no nights off. There's literally, I call it the harvesting season, where you basically have to be working as hard as possible, hitting as many open mics as possible, trying as many jokes as possible, talking to as many people as possible until you find your sound, and honestly digesting as much stand-up as possible.
Mhm.
That includes even secular stand up, to be honest,
Mhm.
because for me, I think if you can see how they're doing it, then you can learn how they did it and maybe find your voice in that space.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for chatting with me today. This Wonder Projects, the stand-ups debuts weekly on Prime Video starting on July
Yeah.
2nd. So congrats again. Thanks for joining me and
Thanks for
have
having me.
a great weekend. Oh, happy
Thank you.
Canada Day.
Thank you. Thank you.